Hello, beautiful souls. I am so excited to connect with everybody today. And if you are joining live, please put hashtag live in the comments. If you're joining on the replay, put hashtag replay. And anyone that is joining me live, let me know that you can hear me, just to make sure that the audio is good. And so today is day one of Inspire. And so I am super excited to connect with all of you here. Please let me know that you can hear me, give me a thumbs up, and let's just do a little bit of housekeeping first. Make sure that you go ahead, and we're only going to be here for like 45 minutes to an hour. And I want you to go ahead and clear all distractions, be present. If you're coming across this now, you are meant to be here. Nothing happens by accident. Everything happens for a reason. If you're catching this replay, you are meant to hear this message. So this is going to help bring a whole lot of clarity into your space and help to awaken that fire within you and help to lighten things up. So clear your space. If you want to get a notebook to take some notes, that's fine. If you don't, just soak in all the information. Your spirit, your subconscious will receive what you are meant to receive. So today we are going to go over what connects us to that driving force, right? Because we have all had moments of feeling really inspired, really excited. Oftentimes it's like when we come into a new opportunity, or we figure out what it is that we want to do. We start that new job. We head into it with gusto and excitement. And then, you get going for a while, and then all of a sudden, maybe you're not feeling as driven and you're not feeling connected to your goal or your dream or what you're doing anymore. And you're just feeling uninspired. And when we take action, but you're still doing the thing, right? You're still in the motions, taking the action, but maybe not like with any power or that driving force. And then everything just is on autopilot, and then you just everything starts looking the same, and you're not taking inspired action. You're kind of just doing the thing to do it because that's the thing that you decided to do. So whether, and this information will be transformational for anybody, whether you are in your own business, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're in a job, or if you're a stay-at-home parent and looking to shift some things just in your personal life. This all will have transformational information in it. So first, I want you to just get centered, right? Oftentimes we get into this like learning mode and we're like, okay, I'm ready to write down all the information. But first we need to like calm the chaos, right? And I know it's different because we're on Facebook, you're getting notifications, things are popping up, and I want you to just take a moment and close your eyes, take a nice deep inhale, and a nice exhale. And a nice deep inhale, breathing into your belly, letting it expand out. And a nice deep exhale. We can always get into the moment, come back to center with your breath. Breath work is so powerful, and it helps to calm the chaos. It helps to calm the mind. The mind is going scattering. It's processing 11 million bits of information per second. And so we have to just calm it, come back to center. And the easiest way is to do that with your breath. So I would love for this to be an interactive experience with you. If you're live, then go ahead and pop into the chat, any comments. If you're playing the replay, I want you to type in any learnings that you're receiving so that it helps to cement them in, right? When we repeat something, it helps us to imprint it. It's like a mental picture or a imprint that will help you to retain the information. And so when, for example, when we meet somebody in person and it's maybe the first time, I oftentimes repeat that person's name like 4 or 5 times as soon as I hear it, because otherwise, it goes in, goes out, and you're not really paying attention. So feel free to type in any ahas or any things that pop out to you. So first, what is the first thing that we need to connect to when it is getting ourselves inspired? Because we're all here to have a greater experience and a greater expression of our lives, right? Like that really is the whole part of this journey that we call life, right? Like as we grow, we're meant to continue to expand and continue to become aware of who we are and what's capable. And we continue to go beyond what we believe is possible. So first we have to connect with, what do we want? And I know sometimes that's a loaded question because lots of people want something more, but they don't know what that is. And so when we allow ourselves the time to just take a moment and, ask the question, like, what is it that you are wanting more of in your life, right? What are you wanting to connect with? What are you wanting to manifest? What are you wanting to receive or experience? So, for example, it could be greater health, a greater connection to source, to spirit, to God. It could be greater abundance in love, in experiences, in money. It could be a new car, it could be a new house, it could be a vacation. Like all of these things are here for you, right? They're all part of the life journey, all part of the experience. And if we're not feeling inspired, right? Like why are challenges so like they get people revved up? Why does competitions get people revved up? Why does, the possibility of winning something get people revved up? Well, because it's the experience. It's the ability to dive into something and to ultimately, we all are just searching for happiness. And when we can connect with it inside, that's ultimate goal, right? But we all know that we can experience happiness and joy with outside experiences. So our soul is wanting to have all of these experiences. They're, whether you love fashion and would love to have a beautiful, Louis Vuitton purse or Gucci shoes or, an amazing, luxury car, or if you're just wanting to have amazing health and have like a really physically strong and mentally strong body, or you want to have that vacation, you want to just feel in that energy of it, or you want to have success in your business and you want to receive the recognition, know that you like accomplished something, right? Like what is that driving force for you? Maybe the recognition from family of accomplishing great things, of making a greater impact, of achieving those goals. What is it that is your driving force? What is it that is inspiring you? Right? Because many of us get into opportunities, side gigs, we're all excited right at first, and then we're like, get going. And then all of a sudden, like the fizz, it's like opening a can, right? The fizz, like, psh, and it's like, woohoo, I'm excited. And then before you know it, it's flat. It's open for a little while, and then it's like, meh. And before you know it, you go back to what it was that you did before, or like the light and the life has like gone out of it. It's not exciting anymore. And then we settle, right? So we want to step out of that space of settling. So drop into the comments. What are some things that light you up that you would love to experience? Is it a family vacation? Retiring home your partner? Seeing, your team walk the stage? Seeing the lives that you have impacted and receiving those emails and those messages, just saying thank you for showing up and introducing me to this, or you have made such an impact on my life. What is it that lights you up? Ask yourself now, because we have to connect with this. And when we can connect with the idea that these, the money is here, the experiences are here, the houses are here, like all of the things in this world are here to enrich our experience. And there is more than enough here for everybody to experience whatever they want to experience. You having something is not taking away from someone else, but oftentimes it is inspiring others. You are allowed to celebrate yourself and say, I did this, right? I would love this. I am open to receiving more, right? Because many of us, it's uncomfortable to even jump into thinking like this, thinking bigger, right? Oh, I would love to shop at that, luxury store, or I would love to like go out and rent a luxury yacht for a family vacation, or have a private jet take you on your family vacation or on your next business trip, right? Like oftentimes we're like, yeah, that'd be nice, but it's okay. I can, go the regular business class or regular way of I don't need that luxury, that bling, that I don't need the eyes to be on me, right? We see it and we were like, oh yeah, I'd love that. And then very quickly we draw it back. And it's almost as if we believe that it's not for us. And if we believe those things, all we have to recognize is that we do have a belief that maybe those things aren't for us. And recognize that all of your beliefs were given to you. Very few you created yourself, right? It comes from your upbringing, from the way you were raised, from the environment that you were raised in, what was spoken around you. And if it was repeated over and over and over, then that becomes your belief, that becomes your truth, right? Because you don't know anything else, because and what is spoken around us is coming from the experience of those around us, which you witness as being reality. So of course that's the truth. Of course that's belief. But someone that's raised in poverty, they see all of the struggle and all the challenges, and that's their truth. And then you see someone that is raised in luxury, where everything comes easy and there's abundance everywhere, and they go on all these, they have all these experiences. That's their truth, right? But the thing is, it's the same. It's for everybody. But it's the environment and the things that were repeated over us. It becomes our truth. So I was talking with one of my clients this morning, and she, started talking about like the opportunity of an amazing trip. And then all of a sudden these beliefs started coming up in the conversation that were like going to hold her back from actually going. And so I highlighted the fact that these beliefs, like, did you hear the belief that just came up? Did you hear the other belief that just came up? Is that serving you? So the great thing about your beliefs is you can change them. It's all in your awareness. And so when we come up to an awakening or an awareness of what your beliefs are, that is where so much power is, because that is where you're able to change them, right? So, because if you don't have an awakening of the awareness of your beliefs, then you will continue to do the same things that you've always done, thinking the same thing you've always thought, and taking actions in the same way that you always have, which is going to continue to lay out all the same results. Right? And then that's when you're running on autopilot, and when you're looks like the next and looks like the next. Nothing changes. So it's really in this journey of self-discovery that is my place, that I love and I thrive on helping you discover and dive a little bit deeper into knowing yourself and connecting with the power that is within you. And learning to listen to that inner guidance and starting to take actions in a different way. It's like shutting off all the layers of limiting beliefs and desires that had been dampened by something or an like you. Because let's imagine children, right? Children come up and they just automatically know that the magic is here, and they recognize like their power, and that nothing can hold them back, right? But then we're like, oh, be careful. Oh, don't fall. Slow down, right? Oh, you can't do that. Oh, you're too little. Like the layers just go on and go on. And before we know it, we're like shrinking in, not able to fully express ourselves. And so that's where I love to help you to shed those layers. Like I call it like clay, like there's this inner radiant beauty that needs to come out, but all the clay and all the crust that is there those layers need to be released, so that the inner beauty, inner belief, inner power can come out, and you can fully express and fully transform your life, have those quantum leaps, and start living fully in all the places that you want to live. So I'm going to ask you a question. If you had two things, we were getting ready to go into September 1st. So you've got 4 months before the end of the year. If you could have two things happen in your life, manifest, show up, happen, what would they be? What is your greatest desire? Is it greater success in your business? Is it increasing income? Is it a shift in your health? Relationships? What are two? Because we all have many, many desires. But we all know that if we focus on too many things, there's no focused energy. Nothing can really shift because we're scattered this way, that way, in all the different directions. So where does your energy Like if you could shift 2 things, what would be transformational for you? For many, it's going to be finances, money, right? Because money is just going, it's needed. It's just energy that's transferred. Like you are able to express yourself more fully the more energy that you have. You are able to have a greater impact. You are able to do different things, right? So money is going to be very obviously one for many people. And maybe it's not money that drives you, but maybe success. Maybe it's the impact. Being able to influence lots of beautiful lives in a very powerful, beautiful way. Maybe it is in your relationships. Maybe it's your health. So what is that for you? Drop it in the comments. So I want you to get connected to that driving force. So a way that we can do this is to make a list of all the things that you would love to be, do, have, or experience. Okay, so I call this my 50 plus list. I have all of my clients do it, and many of you may have already done this exercise with me, and I want to encourage you to do it again. Because lots of times as we grow and as we expand, like things that were once on our list end up shifting off, like it doesn't connect or align with us anymore. And then there's others that are still there that we would still love to be, do, have, or experience. So start making your 50 plus list. This is your homework for tonight. What would you love to experience? And I would love for you to even do one for your business or professional goals and one for individual, personal. So maybe you're in corporate and you would love to have the big corner office. Maybe you would love to have your own parking spot. Maybe you would love to upgrade your car, or maybe you're in an opportunity that you would love to win the car or the trip, right? Or the incentive. You would love to reach that next rank. You would love to be recognized on stage. You would love to add however many new clients or customers to your list, right? And then maybe personal, maybe you would love to have, your weekends be your own and not have to, work and hustle. Maybe you would love to take your family on a luxury vacation or just on a vacation. Maybe you would love to release some weight. Maybe you would love to have someone come and clean your home or do your laundry or do your grocery shopping, or maybe just having fresh flowers in the house that are switched out every week. What would you love? Maybe you would love to have more time to take care of yourself and go get massage or facials. What would you love? You decide. But start making your list, because this is where we connect with our desires. And I ask for you to do this without any judgment. Because when you have something that is coming across your path, maybe you're continuing to see things on Instagram, or you're continuing to hear conversations about the same things, or you notice someone driving that car again, oh my gosh, that car is absolutely amazing. Or whatever it is, notice those things. Those are your higher self, like your intuition, bringing those things in front of you, right? Just notice what you're noticing and put it down. So there's no judgment, right? Like maybe you would love, like, I don't even know designer shoes, but whatever the red bottom shoes are, right? Like maybe you would love a pair of those, but you never ever opened yourself up to even thinking about it. Maybe it's not even your style, but it's like, wow, that's really stunning. Maybe I would love that. Put it down. Maybe that is something that the higher, like this version of yourself would love. You know, maybe you would love to, you know, give $500,000 to a charity. Maybe right now that's not anywhere feasible, but you would love that. Put it down. No judgment, okay? So this is how we get connected to that burning desire, right? Lighting up. And then once we figure out like what those things are, right? You'll make your list. And then I want you to go and kind of categorize them. Okay, so my top 5 are, boom, these. These are my top 5. These are the 5 things I would love to experience, do, have before the end of the year, right? And maybe there's just a few that are smaller that you can make happen yourself. Maybe you can schedule yourself a massage. Maybe if it's not once a week, do it once a month. Just book it. Or start getting yourself fresh flowers, lightening up the room and changing the energy. What are those top 5 in each category, personal and professional, that you would love to experience before the end of the year? And I want you to notice. So if you have a financial goal, I want you to notice if you are shrinking it. Oh, I would love, you know, to make 6 figures by the end of the month or by the end of the year. But it's probably not going to happen. So 20,000 would be okay, right? 5 figures, like that would be okay. Or maybe just $10,000, you know, like just notice what you're noticing. Do you have a big number and then you're like settling back because we have a belief around what is possible? So I want you to just recognize, like, do you have a financial goal? Do you have a number of clients that you would love to enroll, or customers or team leaders? And you're doubting it or holding back or settling, because this is a habit and it all is connected to our beliefs, to that inner program that runs everything that we do. And a lot of them are subconscious, which means we're not even conscious that we're doing it, right? So I want you to just get connected with those top 5 things in each category. What would you love? When you're making decisions about things, start asking yourself, what would I love? What would I love to experience? What would I love to have happen? What would I love to create within the next 4 months? Because whatever you believe and you put your energy into, and you start imagining and feeling into, can absolutely shift and become a reality in your life. Because when you are inspired and connected and excited and lit up over something that you are doing, that you're going towards, that you are creating, oh my girl, you start shifting and you start showing up in a completely different way. So I want to encourage you to just really connect with what those things are. And then bring it down to 2. What are the top 2 of the 5? What are the top 2 of the 5 that you would love to create in the next 4 months? And now, ask yourself, why? Why do I want this to happen? What is it that gets me excited? Let's just take, for instance, you would love to make, we'll say $50,000 within the next 4 months. Why? What are you going to do with it? And that's the thing. Lots of people say, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Oh, I want to, make 6 figures this month or 6 figures this year or whatever it is. But why? Because the truth is that everything is energy, and energy loves to flow, and energy is always moving. It needs somewhere to go. Money is just a version of energy, and it needs to come in and have somewhere to go, have something to do, have a job to do, right? It doesn't want to come into your bank account and then just hang out there, right? Because it's like water. Water is meant to flow. Water is meant to move. Water is not meant to be stagnant. Same with money. It's not meant to come in and pool, right? What happens when that water comes in and it becomes stagnant? It's like dead, right? It's not life-giving anymore. We would not want to drink that water. It's meant to flow. So what are you going to do with that $50,000? Where would it go? What would it do? What would you do with that $100,000? Right? What would you do? And then ask again, why? Would you give it away? Would you invest it in something? What would you do with it? And then ask yourself why. Is your family going to recognize you and say, oh my gosh, congratulations, you did it. Wow. Are you going to celebrate yourself and say, I did it. I finally accomplished this. I had my 6-figure month or my 5-figure month. I did it. Why? We want to connect you with the emotional part. Emotion is energy in motion. Your emotions are connected to this being inspired, this driving force, the thing that lights you up. You are excited, you are lit up, you are in motion. You can tell when people are energetically connected to what it is they're doing. They're just ah. And maybe if they're not outward expressing it, you can still feel that energy within them, right? And then you can feel when the people are yeah, just doing the same thing I always do. They're not inspired. They're not connected. They're not driven. They're not doing lit up, right? So we want to connect with that thing that is going to light us up and that is going to keep you moving forward. We want to connect you with the things that you are creating, the things that you are wanting to experience, be, do, have. And the truth is, it's all here for you, and you can have any of it. You just need to decide on what that is. And then we can put some focus energy on it. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about who you see yourself to be. Because we all have this version of ourselves that we believe to be true, right? determines how we show up, what we think we're worthy of, all of those things. We're going to talk about that tomorrow because the two pieces are essential for you to get where you want to go. Okay, so we'll talk about that part tomorrow. But today I want you to really connect with what it is that you want, where it is that you want to go, what it is that you want to experience. And then tomorrow we will talk about who you need to be in order to allow all of that to come together. Okay? So once you get your list, and I don't expect you to make your full 50 plus list tonight, but I do want you to start on it. But get those top five things in the personal and the professional category that you would love to manifest, experience, have by the end of the year, right? We have 4 months till the end of the year. And why? What would it mean to you? What would it mean to the people around you? What would you love to experience? What would you love that reality to be? And why? Because when we connect with our why, that's when we connect to the power. That's when we plug in. And then we allow all the shale, all the garbage, all the clay to fall off. And then we are tapped into our power and we really show up. Because when we are driven and we are going somewhere, there's no stopping you. It's like you're plugging into your GPS for life and you know where it is that you're going. You know you're connected, right? But if I say I live in New England, and if I were to say, all right, I want to drive out to Colorado to visit my family, right? Like, sure, I can say that, I can have a general direction, but Colorado is a really big space and there are a lot of different directions that I could take to get there. So I need to be very clear on where it is that I want to go, right? Oh, well, I should have said, I want to go out west to see my family. Well, which family? I have a lot of family and they all live in different places, and that would determine how far west and what state and what roads, and then, how far into the states I'm going, right? And that way we can kind of get like those mini goals along the way, right? Let's say that you would love to be a millionaire in your business, have $1 million business, right? Well, you know that you need to clear 6 figures however many times. You know that you need so many clients. You know that you need so many sales. You know that you need, right? Like you can break it down, but you have to know where it is that you're going. Right? We have to create this clear picture, because when clarity comes into space, right? Like it helps to clear the overwhelm, right? Because lots of times we have an idea, oh, I would love to be top of my company. I would love to be 6 figures. I would love to be 7 figures, whatever it is. But then like there's overwhelm because you just don't know how, right? You're trying to figure out the how. Well, it's in getting clear on what you want and connecting with that desire and why you're doing it. Like you're going to be plugging in the power so that you know that you're not going to stop until it's done. But you are also going to help clear the clutter and start creating a picture that you can connect to and that you can get aligned with and start creating every single day. And like when things maybe go off track, you're like, oh yeah, no, this isn't going where I want to go. I'm not, or maybe an opportunity comes up and then you're like, oh, should I do this? Should I not? And you're going to know whether or not it's taking you ultimately towards where you want to go, right? It will, when you create some clarity, you're going to clear the clutter, right? And you're going to light up. You are going to magnify your purpose. All right, my friends, I am going to let you go for today. Thank you so much for showing up and for connecting with me. Drop me all your comments down below. Show up as if you are here in person. If you are on the replay, put #replay. And I would love for you to shoot me a message in the DMs and tell me more about, like, what are your top 5 for your personal, professional? And if you're having a hard time going through and finding these things, I offer free consultation calls where I help you go through and I help you connect with these. But this is really, really important for you to get inspired and connected and driven so that you can get from here to where you want to go. All right? So sit down, take some deep breaths. Get centered. Allow the clutter to clear. And give yourself the time to sit and come up with your 50+ list. What would you love to be, do, have, or experience? And I will see you here tomorrow, same time, same place, for this part 2 of Inspire. Who do you need to be to connect and to receive and to allow yourself to experience all the things that you were dreaming of? All right. We're going to let go of some beliefs tomorrow. We're going to figure out what some of those beliefs are. And I'm going to give you a really powerful tool to help you to let go so that you can receive more of what you love. All right, my friends, have an amazing day and expect abundance.